Okay. So I was going to finish up the blood types and transfusions and all that. So, O negative, universal donor. That's why when you watch a hospital show or a movie and they say, give me 5 units of O neg stat, they want O negative blood to give to that person because they don't know what their blood type is. So the only thing that is safe to give them is O negative until they know what their blood type is. Once they know what their blood type is, then they can replace units that haven't been given to them. For example, you can't, you take back the blood you've already put in somebody. But if they ordered 5 units and they only gave 2, they can switch in, if it was me, A positive blood, because now they've got what's called type specific, and they don't have to worry that I might be B and they're giving me A blood. Okay, so O negative, universal donor. O negative can only get O negative though. Crazy, life-saving blood. And that is, again, because if you give someone that is O negative any other blood, they've got antibodies to A and B, so they're going to have a lot of clotting and have a transfusion reaction. With the D antigen, it's not so much of a problem until you've had exposure to D blood. And that's where the babies come in. Okay? The babies come in because you've got this mother, and let's say she's Rh negative. So she's A negative, B negative, AB negative, or O negative. Okay? Any of those. So mom is negative. And dad is positive. And let's say that by that magic of alleles getting together, this fetus is positive as well. This fetus has D antigens. As long as that fetus's blood doesn't get into the mom's blood, there's no problem. She's not going to make any anti-D. Okay? She's not born making anti-D. So, no problem. But birth involves a mixing of mom and baby blood. Definitely. Okay, the placenta tears from the uterine wall. There's all kinds of mixing. Now mom, who is Rh negative, doesn't have that antigen, the D antigen, is exposed to the D antigen, and she starts making anti-D. If you don't fool her immune system. So before this product called RhoGAM was developed, women who were Rh negative, who carried Rh positive fetuses, might only be able to have one healthy baby. Because the second one, the anti-D is small enough to go across the placenta. She was exposed to it with the first Rh positive fetus, if the baby was Rh positive or D positive. And now she's making this antibody, and it is going across the placenta because it's tiny, and it is attacking the baby's antigens. So it's attacking the baby's blood cells. So that baby, the second baby, might be born with what's called hemolytic disease of the newborn. And that baby is in bad shape. And that baby may or may not live. A third baby would probably result in a miscarriage. Okay? Because of this, they're even now being more anti-D and more effective, which is a bad thing, but agglutination or clotting. Okay, so RhoGAM. RhoGAM is some anti-D, and that's the coolest thing ever, because this is great with this immune system with the RhoGAM and the Rh factor, is if you give a woman some RhoGAM, like I think they give it when she's about 6 months pregnant, just in case there's some kind of issue with the placenta and there's mixing of mom and baby blood. So they do give it then. They also give it when she goes in to have the baby. And there's the woman's body goes, hey, there's some anti-D here. I must have made it. Yay. So I don't need to make more. And yay. So she can have another Rh positive baby, another D positive baby. It's really kind of cool how this works. So that's why O negative is the universal donor, because they don't want to be giving women Rh positive blood and getting them to make, if they're negative, A negative, B negative, AB negative, or O negative, they don't want to give them positive blood because they'll start making the antibodies. And then if they have an Rh positive fetus, they've got a problem. They don't want to give men or women who aren't going to have babies Rh positive blood if they're Rh negative, because they'll start making the antibodies. And if they have to get a second blood transfusion, and it's a positive blood transfusion, it's even O positive. That's why I corrected people when they put type O is the universal donor. No, type O negative is the universal donor. Because O positive can still cause the production of anti-D, which then can cause a future blood transfusion reaction. One of the symptoms of a blood transfusion reaction is a sense of impending doom. Think about that for a second. Things are not going well. So anyway, hopefully that answers all your questions about blood types and hemolytic disease of the newborn and RhoGAM and universal donor. The universal recipient, by the way, is AB positive. You can give them any type of blood because they've got, they can handle that because they have A antigens, they have B antigens, and they don't have any antibodies. All right. There are some issues with minor blood groups, but we're not going to go into that. So the next series of videos will be board work with Punnett squares. All right. Bye.